See this pile of quilts? These are all my personal quilts. And you know what? They all need a binding. I kept saying I was going to do it. You know, if they were customer quilts, they would have been done. I'm going to see how many I can do while I sit and chat with you and catch you up. Oh, and Happy New Year. Hi, I'm Di with Sister Chicks Quilting, and welcome to my channel. Or I just might say, today is New Year's Day. I'm pretty excited about it. I have been sewing, do you know what these are? My scrappy strips. And I thought I'd just sit and sew them for a while. But what you don't see is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7 quilts stacked up that need binding. And the issue is they're my quilts. If they were a customer's, they'd be out the door. I thought I would have a sew and chat with you today. I have so many things to tell you about. The first thing I want to mention to you is Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve. The engineer and I had a very quiet New Year's Eve after we ate at our favorite ramen restaurant. I hope you all had a pleasant as time as we did. Since I mentioned it was New Year's Eve, let me show you what I've done. I always use a calendar, and I like the calendar that has the monthly view as well as the weeks that you can write on. Well, I picked this up at probably, I don't know where it was, TJ Maxx or one of the discount stores. And I thought, well, it's utilitarian, it will do. Usually I have a really pretty cover on my calendars, but I thought, well, look, this one has a little bit of 20, 25, and 26 in. It's New Year's Day, right? So I got it out to start using it. And guess what? It started in April of 2025. There's only 6 months of 2026. So this calendar starts in January, but it goes away in June. So I'm going to have to get a new calendar. Can't believe that happened, but it did. I want to thank several of you viewers. I usually do this at the end, but today there's no order. I'm going to start out by thanking all of you viewers who buy me cups of herb tea on the Buy Me a Cup of Coffee app. Boy, I appreciate you so much. I use that money towards keeping my channel running, buying supplies for my channel so I can make videos. And I'm just going to go back and thank several of you. Some of you have been several months back because I haven't done it for a while. But Chris, thank you for the cup of tea. Debbie from the UK, thank you. And speaking of the UK, I have a special announcement for all you people who are in the UK or thinking of traveling to the UK. Have I taunted you enough? I'll tell you later on in the video. But Debbie from the UK, thank you. I appreciate your buying me cups of tea. And Alita, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your cup of tea that you bought me. I appreciate that. Then Karen Tank in Iowa. That's an interesting name, Tank in Iowa. But you live in a beautiful state, Karen. Thank you for buying me 3 cups of tea. And Victoria, the Queen of Condiments. I would like to know what Queen of Condiments you are. Like, are you from the Heinz family? Do you do Heinz ketchup or something? I've always wondered, but I love that name, the Queen of Condiments. Mary Hurst, and then Lisa Wright. Thank you all for buying me cups of tea. I really, really appreciate it. I really want to talk to you about my scrappy strips. They make kind of a mess. They literally were all over the floor and everywhere. It's like an explosion of fabric happened because I just plow through them like this, and it makes quite a mess, but it's a fun, happy mess. And scrappy strips are the type of sewing that I call mindless sewing. You just grab a strip and go. Now, here's one that I recently made. In fact, I made it this morning, and I thought, why don't I just film this and talk to you guys about it? I do have a video on scrappy strips, and I am definitely going to link it so you can see how I make them. And if you want to make them, the instructions are there too, alrighty? But it's a great way to use the smaller strips. And then I keep them all in this bag, and look, I tore it. Not fun. I think I'm just going to get some of the engineer's duct tape and cover up this bag, because this is a nice size bag. There's no set size to a scrappy strip. This one is a little over an inch wide, and some of them are shorter this way than this way, and some of them are shorter this way than this way. It's whatever you have. So I just open up my bag and start sewing. Now, these, by the way, are 5 inches wide from here to here, and I'm hoping to get 2 rows of scrappy strips, because I'm going to be working on block number 3 in my scrappy strip video. For those of you who haven't seen it, you don't know what I'm talking about, but you will. Well, do you want to see it right now? I'm just wondering where my strips all went, because I've got one up there, one here. I have a completed one that I don't want to put back in the bag, and looking at this mess, they're hard to see. Let's see, it's not on the floor. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is block number 3. The scrappy strip that I use here is 2.5 inches. So that's why I'm hoping to get, it'll be a kind of a scary cut, but I think I figured out how to do it. And I'll show it to you in a video later on when I actually make up the quilt with this on. And then, of course, I make this one like this, and then I make the next one with the background fabric in the center. And this area is scrappy strips, and this would be the background, and this would be the scrappy strips. So that is block number 3. I'm sad. I wonder if I put, I've lost one of my, I don't see it over there. I've lost one of my scrappy strip sets that I just made up. Oh, well, I'll find it one day, won't I? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at this one. This is 2.5 inches wide. Actually, it's 3 inches wide. And look how long it is. And these are really fun to make. Again, I sew it when I want to relax. So let me get these out of the way, because I'm not going to be sewing them with you today on my video. Instead, I'm going to be tackling at least 3 of the quilts that need binding. So if I'm going to bind quilts, I'm going to have a clean table, and I want these all off. I guess I should be thankful for the hole. And I keep them in this drawer over here, so I'll just set them down for now. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you guys are having fun sewing scrappy. You know what? I'm going to put these on the ironing table so I can press them and starch them. This one here on my board is starched. Actually, it's not starched. It's just pressed, and it's looking pretty fine. I collect them on my design wall until I'm ready to finish a bunch of quilts with them, and it's a system that works for me, and you do whatever works for you. I just looked back and saw that I have this chart of confetti cotton solids by Riley Blake on my back wall, and you're all probably wondering what I'm doing with it. Well, for now, I'm looking at it. I'm going to be doing some sew-alongs this year. The first one, oh my gosh, the quilt is fantastic. I was always going to do them out of confetti cottons, but at the last minute, we changed it and decided that it's going to be out of batiks. Bomb, right? It is gorgeous. I'm going to be releasing it soon. I will be selling the kits, and you can sew with me on a sew-along, and it's going to start after QuiltCon. Now, QuiltCon is February 19th or 20th in Raleigh, North Carolina. And yes, I'm going to be at QuiltCon. If you're there, look me up. I'll probably set a time where we can all get together, and I'll figure out how to notify you of all that. I'll probably put it out on Instagram and or on posts on YouTube. But let me get started on one of the quilts. I'm checking out what thread I have on my machine. I have this really pretty green. It's called Sea Mist. It's one of the last of my quilting threads. And the first quilt I'm going to bind is going to be cuddle binding. I think you're going to like it. I don't need that. I bet you remember this quilt. Yes, that is it. This quilt was a couple of years old. It was a quilt without a pattern, as I recall. And I made it from a layer cake and ended up just throwing it together how I liked it. And then I added these borders, a pink, a green, and this aqua border. And I quilted it with this cuddle on the back in this fun design. I've got my binding already stitched together. Here we go. Do you guys use those binding buddies? I really don't. Okay, so tell me, I would love to hear what you're doing this year. If you have any quilt goals, being it's the first day of 2026. I just want to be a better quilter. I want to make more videos that appeal to more of you out there. Really, I haven't set a lot of goals. I have a lot on my calendar, and I don't know if I consider those goals. Do you guys consider just marking on the calendar goals? I really don't. I do have a few other business goals, but I won't get into those with you right now. I do want to remind you, if you are planning on signing up and haven't yet, would you sign up for my quilt retreat in Hamilton, Missouri? It's going to be ever so much fun. That's the one that I do. It's the 3 quilt amigas, my buddy April from April's Craft Room, and Tracy from the Sewing Channel. Both YouTube channels will be there. And I just can't tell you how much fun we have. Plus, we give away marvelous, fantastic prizes. The videos are out there of last year of what we gave away. And this year, we are giving away a sewing machine as the grand prize. It's a Juki DX7. Now, I actually have one, and it's the one that has all the fancy stitches. It has a bazillion extra stitches. I'm just checking to make sure I've got that I'll have a good fold on this binding. But the Juki DX7 does all the fancy stitches, and it was the first Juki sewing machine that I owned. I've had a Juki serger my whole life. I think I talked about it in my last live. And I love my Juki. I've always had very quality machines with my Juki machines. It's in Hamilton, Missouri on the 28th of April to May 2nd. Yes, there's plenty of time to go to Missouri Star Quilt Company and shop. It's a lovely facility we stay at. Go ahead to our website, 3quiltamigas.com. Again, and that's the number 3, Quiltamigas, AMIGAS, and check out our retreat. I would love it if you would come. We actually have a blast. You know, I get some comments every once in a while. I've not been to a quilt retreat. That doesn't surprise me, but I have to tell you, last year, the majority of the attendees at our quilt retreat were virgin retreaters. Really? It was their first retreat they'd ever been to. And a lot of them signed up to come back. No longer, you only get to go first once. I've got my extra little smidgen on the end of the binding, which is going to act as compensation for the turn. I know without that, I don't do a very good binding. I really wonder how many of you go out to New Year's Eve parties. Even when we were in careers and working, we really didn't go out to New Year's Eve parties. By the time we had a little bit of means to go, we had teenagers, and we more focused on them. We'd, chaperone or take them to their New Year's Eve parties. That was more fun than going to a New Year's Eve party. My guess is many of you, since you're probably close to my age, did your own thing at home like the engineer and I did. So I am just going to work on this, see how much I can get done, because I want to finish this and the other 2 quilts that I have the binding prepped by the end of this video. Oh, I mentioned to you that I'm going to be doing a sew along. I'm really excited about the sew along. I will have videos on YouTube that are accessible. I'm going to sew the quilt and I'm going to sew it with you and teach you how to do it. It will be fun to have something we can work on together. And then I have a big secret about the quilt. It's kind of big. I'm not going to tell you because it may not happen. Have you ever told someone something's going to happen and then it didn't? It's kind of like, oh, geez. So here's what I want to tell you about. Okay, I'm going to have to stop sewing for this one. Okay, here's the big announcement. I'm going to England, and I hope you can join me. The name of the tour is called Exploring the Textile, Quilts, Castles, and Gardens of England with Di Clough from Sister Chicks Quilting. Can you believe it? This is going to be such a fun experience, and I sure hope you can join us. But let me tell you what we're doing. We're going to visit the Victoria and Albert Museum and see some of the oldest textiles in the world and quilts. I am just giddy over this. We're going to shop at Liberty of London Fabric Store. So bring some extra cash for shopping because I'm going to be off my quilt diet by then, or my shopping diet by then. We're going to see the home of the famed designer William Morris. Now, I know 2 of my really good quilting friends, Beverly and Patricia, love anything William Morris. Well, we're going to go see his home and learn all about him. And I would just love to buy some William Morris textiles somewhere in London while I'm there or at William Morris's home. I don't know quite how it goes yet, but I just know that's on the list of things to see. We're going to spend 2 days at the Festival of Quilts quilt show in Birmingham. Now, as I understand it, this is like the biggest quilt show in Europe. And the tour date, I don't know when the Festival of Quilts is, but the tour dates are July 23rd through August 1st. I know we end up in Birmingham. We may fly back to America from Birmingham, but we'll have 2 days at the quilt show. I am over the moon excited. And I know there's a bunch of you UK viewers. Gosh, why don't you? I have 2 options. Show up at the quilt show and we can meet, or there are land rates. If you live in the UK or can drive to London or get there cheaply or free if your kids work for the airlines, join us for the tour with the land rates. Now, let me tell you, we go first class everywhere. We stay in 5-star hotels. All of your meals are included. And we'll be touring on the big fancy coach buses with a guide. So I've never traveled abroad. I'm super duper pooper scooper excited to go. And I think it will be an absolute blastorama if some of you, my favorite YouTube viewers and subscribers, would join me. Okay? There will be a link in this video below, or I know if you get your ticket before January 15th, you get it for $500 less than if you do it now. And you only have to put a deposit down. Can you believe it? Because I don't know if I can believe it still. I keep pinching myself. The engineer has chosen not to go. He's been to England many times while I stayed home with the kids. He won't be there, but Blue Block, my Michelle, and my beautiful daughter-in-law, Shawnee, who taught me how to quilt, are all going. So there's going to be us 4 girls going. We'd love for you to join us. And I've heard from several viewers that are coming, and Marina and Debbie, I'm excited to see you there. We will have a blast, won't we? We're going to tear up London and the English countryside, the Cotswolds. Go check out the link. I'd love to have you join me. That's my big announcement. I'll have a link in the description below. I'll go ahead and put a link on my website as well. Back to this quilt. This is just going on so nicely. Okay, on to more. Now that you know all of my secrets, oh, there's one you don't know. Sister Chicks Quilting Retreat starts September 21st through September 24th in Albion, Idaho. Okay. We have a wonderful time at Sister Chicks Quilt Retreat. I'd love to see you there. There's only 20 spaces at that quilt retreat, and it fills up fast. They're going to go on sale on January 30th of 2027. Those will be on my website, sisterchicksquilting.com. One down. Don't you think this turned out, darling? I'm happy with it. I'm going to fold it up and put it in my stack to, I don't know, give away. What was that? Take to trunk shows. Oh, I knocked my ruler over. Oops. Okay. Now this next quilt that I'm doing is one you never saw in a video. Did you guys know that Cuddle makes quilts heavier? It does. So Cuddle will make your quilts heavier, but you have to decide if the Cuddle is worth it or not. I do. I think it is. All right. This quilt you've never seen in any of my videos. It's literally made out of scraps, and it's a charity donation quilt. Just a little tiny baby quilt. I don't have any of the material left that's in it or any of the backing. So I did find this in my stash. It is still coming. It is pink and cream polka dot, and it goes well with the back, and it blends well with the front. So I am just going to take my green thread off my machine, put on pearl white, and I'll get this quilt done up in no time at all. I'm going to sew this one the exact same way. I'm going to give it a little more. I like to have a good 6 inches to join these. I wanted to bring something to your attention. Kristen from IC Stars Quilting put out a video, and she has had a concussion. Not a cool thing to have happen. I don't know how she got it, but she does have it, and it's a nasty thing, I know. She is unable to make videos. which is a bummer for us YouTube content creators. So I'm going to ask you if you would please go over to Kristen's channel on YouTube. It's I See Stars Quilting. Would you guys pitch in with me and help keep her channel alive? Put on some of her videos. If you don't have time to watch, just, what's my hair doing here? Put them on and walk away. Let's give her some playtime, some viewing time, because she needs it and she is unable to make videos for probably several more weeks while she's healing from her concussion. So in the meantime, let's take care of another YouTube quilter, alrighty? So again, I See Stars Quilting on YouTube. And here we go. And just like that, I have another quilt bound and ready to go. This one, of course, is going to charity. I don't know if it will go to Project Linus, or there's a couple of charities that I give quilts to. But it's a sweet little baby girl quilt. I am going to do this quilt. Do you guys who watch my channel remember it? It's a Halloween quilt. And I showed it after I got it quilted. It's got the cutest fabric on. Spooky and Sweeter by, it's an art gallery print. And I have the binding right here, all ready to go. But I'm not about to put it on with cream colored thread. So I'm going to go ahead and change my bobbin. I use my old pill bottles. Do you guys use those? For all of my old needles, bent pins, etc. Let me tell you a story about changing needles. My friend, who lives in the middle of the state, was having a terrible problem with her stitching, and her tension was horrible. She tried everything for like 3 days. Stick sewing machine, because you can make the same mistake. Finally, she called her dealer and she said, I'm going to have to pay for a service call. And the dealer came out. The dealer had to drive like 3 hours, by the way. Looked at her machine. She had failed to push the needle all the way to the top when she was changing it. Can you believe it? So the dealer put the needle in, pushed it all the way to the top, and boom, it worked just fine. There, I've got black in my bobbin now, and I'm also going to wipe out any dust, really clean it out good. I'm getting a nice little wad in my fingers here. So important that you take good care of your machines. Then I'm going to put a drop of oil on this bobbin race, because you know what? Your race won't race if you don't keep it oiled. I have 2 more Halloween quilts and a Christmas quilt, but I'm not going to get them done today. And I just throw my binding on the floor. My floor to my sewing room is clean. This is the same process that I do on every quilt. And you guys, if you follow me, know how I do my corners. So this video, I'm not going to show you how to do a corner. You can just watch my video. I'll link it below, okay? And in the meantime, oh, so cute. I quilted this in pink thread. Well, okay, let's give credit where credit's due. Michelle quilted it in pink thread, but I picked out the cute, adorable little ghosties on here. They're staring at me as I'm sewing the binding on. So cute, so cute. And by the way, you guys know that I'm making a Halloween quilt for every member of my family. And I have 2 right there, my back quilt. I'm doing something fun this year for Halloween. I'm going to challenge the ultimate Halloween Meister, the Frankenstein of all Halloweens. Who do you think it is? He makes the most incredible quilts. Yes, it is Dave of Dave's Craft Room. I am so excited. and he and I are going to make quilts for Halloween and I guess have a quilt off. But I'm pretty excited about a challenge with Dave. We'll see. I have a feeling he may do really better than I do, but I have a great idea, which is going to come with a pattern I make, and I can't wait to share it with you. So I'm super excited about that. When am I going to do it? Oh my gosh, I just don't know. I have so much on my plate this year, but it's going to be a super exciting year, a super duper exciting year. All right, time to jump into hyperdrive and finish this quilt up right before your eyes. And here is my last quilt. This has been a lot of fun. I don't know if you saw this when I was going in fast motion, but in the bottom, I went back. I forgot to put a quilt label in this. It just says Sister Chicks Quilting, but I like to put quilt labels on my quilts that are going to people that I know. And these are going to my grandchildren. This will be one of my grandchildren's Halloween quilts. This one is not going to anybody specific, but I am going to go back and put a quilt label in it. I just see a thread right here. Always trimming threads, we quilters, right? And of course, this one is going to a charity. This has been a fun sit and sew today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I want to say Happy New Year. And if you're new to my channel and like what you see, I'd love it if you would subscribe. And remember to reach out and give Icy Stars Quilting a look-see and watch some of her videos. Let's keep her channel going while she can't make videos. And then what else do I have? Oh, next week I have a really fun quilt that I'm working on. I know I said I was going to make one more quilt before Christmas, and I never did, and it was a panel. I'm going to start a panel quilt, the whales. So you will be seeing that. I'm super excited to get that one done. It's so pretty. It reminds me so much of my Alaska trip. And don't forget, you can quilt with me at a retreat, or you can tour England with me. Have a happy, happy new year, and I'll see you next week. Bye.